Hey, what's up? Hi, surprise. Do I have anything in my teeth? No, I was just stuffing my face. I just happened to mash some buttons, make some things happen. I'm fired up today. It's been very cool at the Lift and Shift Foundation, and I'm so distracted by all of this. If you're checking us out on Instagram Live, you're probably not catching all of it, but there's a brand new screen, a brand new background, a brand new Twitch presence, and I kind of dig it. We tested this out last week when I built a robot in a chat that we unpublished because it got rather personal, but I'm still I'm distracted by all of this. This is super. This is cool, and tonight I'm gonna expand on the things we've been doing the last 7 to 10 days. So, excuse me, I am the founder of the Lift and Shift Foundation. Say that a lot fast, really. Uh, you know, it's not easy. It's not fair. It's not fun. And for everybody watching, I have a 4-minute time limit for the restream, retranscoding, whatever the relaying to Instagram Live. So I've got 2.5 minutes left to kind of explain. Come over to Twitch, come over to YouTube, come somewhere else because you're probably seeing like this much of the screen right now to begin with. We Lift and Shift is the handle everywhere. We had some different handles. We consolidated everything. It's We Lift and Shift everywhere now. So if you are on one social media, come find us over on Twitch. If you don't have Twitch, I will start sharing a link where you can watch this without having some kind of sign into Twitch. But you're going to miss a lot of content because 4 minutes is not a lot of time. And this is going to get really, really fun. No more me, my face, only me showing you what happens to be in my head this week as I'm designing something, in Tinkercad and Fusion, breaking out my 3D printer or whatever the case may be. We run this program called Battle of the Bots. And it's been in person. It's been here in New York City. It's been sidelined slightly because of the public health crisis, and we've been figuring out how to bring it online for more people. We learned this through the pandemic that there's actual value in connecting to people in their homes, especially for veterans who have problems and struggles, and those are the veterans who need that interaction that they miss, that they don't have anymore. And being part of the veteran community myself, I realize it, I acknowledge it, I understand it, and once it hit home for me, I got out of my comfort zone to kind of bring this to the public in a very big way, from shifting from our little events in person with 30, 40, maybe as much as 50 people, but now we're going to do this in smaller groups and do this online, and we're gonna break out these robots. So I'm gonna use the last 20 seconds I have on Instagram to show this robot right here. We built this last week. This is called the MBot Ranger. It's technically it comes in like a Land Rover kit, but everybody calls it the Ranger. I'm gonna call it the Ranger because that's just what I started with, and good luck making me change it. But these are gonna compete in challenges right here on Twitch. And I'm pretty sure I lost everybody on Instagram mid-thought. If you know someone who happened to be watching somewhere else, hi. Ooh. Hey, something happened. That is cool. Somebody joined the chat room, and I can't see it. Durr. But I'm super excited. I did not realize that was a sound, that was a thing. It's super distracting for me. Hey, what's up? Oh, I see it. Hi there. I can actually do things. Hey there. Dig the new screen. So there's going to be some tweaks. This is all kind of new, and oh snap, cool. I'm not sure what that means. What that means, but I dig it. Yes. So we've for anybody now who gets to see the full screen view version and everything else, we're bringing this robot to Twitch. We're going to bring a few of them to Twitch, and we're going to let people code them just like they do with us in person, just like I teach and I try to help, in person events. So part of doing this means I need to convey some information, because you're gonna participate as a remote participant, which means you don't have me sitting there with you, and you don't have me sitting there with support. So first, I'm going to go through a little bit of kind of preliminary information, and I'm gonna switch screens in a minute and go into the application that we use and give a quick overview of it and how to set it up. Then I'm gonna end by showing you how to find our website, how to sign up for this, how to get involved. Oh, sweet! I see updates and feeds now that says you hosted with a viewer. Woohoo! This is cool. This is getting cool. I don't like that my camera seems to adjust to the lighting when I block out the screen like that. You can see the light going up and down and up and down. But that's cool. I dig it. Hopefully I'm not wearing a headset. I'm just talking and listening to the speaker. So I don't know if there's any feedback or anything else from that. But and now I get an option to refresh chat. I don't know what that means. Welcome to the chat room. So, yeah, this is fun, but I'm going to switch here in a minute to a different view. Oh, okay. I don't need to reply via chat. Learning all kinds of new stuff. I am not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I will I will admit that. I'm cool with that. That's good. But let's get down to business, because I've already heckled myself for at least the last 5 minutes. And I'm still like so distracted by all of this, the fancy stuff. But I'm going to switch and first give a little overview of what this is and what's going to happen. Basically, we have these events. You can go snoop around Instagram, whatever. You can find some videos of smaller robots doing things like escaping a maze, and we're going to give that opportunity and experience to people here on the internet. And what you're going to do is you're going to go on to the website that we use. And it looks like that. Looks like that. Yep, right there. And you're gonna code your robot just like you would in person here in a group. And we're gonna have some workshops aside from Battle of the Bots where you can jump in and learn how to do more coding, learn how to make your robot, put on the moves, do a judo chop, do all kinds of crazy stuff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. And you're gonna come to Battle of the Bots and on right here on Twitch, and just like we play Minecraft, just like we play Call of Duty, just like we play Fortnite or whatever games you're into, you're gonna be able to play with this platform, this website right here, and you're gonna be able to see the robot that you're coding live right here with me. I will do a handoff with you, take your code, put it in the robot, and your code will go, and your robot will do what you told it to do. And for anybody who's sat with me in any workshop, online, in person, whatever the case may be, I equate robots and soldiers very frequently, because they both follow instructions, and they for the most part, well, sometimes soldiers don't listen, but for the most part, my soldiers didn't always listen. But I'm also guilty of that. And for the most part, they follow commands and only follow the commands you give them. So it's if you don't understand how to code and you don't know a programming language, it's fine. There's ways to get around this. In fact, that's the platform we're using today. That's the platform we'll be using. It's called Scratch, and it's super helpful for people who haven't learned a programming language yet. So I'm gonna switch views, and we're gonna go to the Battle of the Bots view. I'm so excited! And next Saturday, November 6th, in the afternoon, this screen over there will be replaced with another camera view where you'll be able to see these robots doing their crazy stuff. So this is the platform. This is it. I'm gonna go into a couple background parts right now. It's set up almost like Word at home. So if you do any kind of use Office, PowerPoint, Word, any of those programs, you know, there's this blue bar at the top. It's the menu, and then there's this panda over here. I'm making him bigger and smaller. You can see this. He's here. He's part of the program. He's called a sprite actually, and he's right here. I'm gonna close him, turn him off, and clicking on the X makes him go away. You can delete him so you can get rid of him. So there are no sprites right now. And there are devices. You won't have a robot with you. You'll have our robot connected to you via Twitch. Excuse me. So you won't be needing what comes installed, which is this object called CyberPi, which is a thing you can buy from MakeBlock. We have robots here, so I'm just going to delete this and I'm going to set up a new device. There's a device library, and there's all of these devices. There's a CyberPi that was there. There's this MBot is the one we use in our events in person, and these are newer versions of those. We haven't cycled through an entire inventory yet, so we don't have a need to purchase those, the MBot Neo or the MBot 2 yet. But I also have here in person a handful of MBot Rangers. Just like I mentioned earlier, you will always see me call this a Ranger. Everybody calls it a Ranger, and you can see, look, there's the picture. It matches the picture. It's the same robot, I promise. We're going to click on that, and we're going to click OK. And now we've got this robot here. And I mentioned earlier, we're going to upload code to it. You're not technically going to upload your code. I'm going to take care of the hardware, the electrical engineering type of troubleshooting. That's the stuff I do in person with everyone anyway. So instead, what you will do is click upload instead of live. So you will pretend to be uploading your file, except you won't have your robot there with you. Your robot will be here duking it out with the files you create. And that means that takes some steps out of the process for you. I think it's a win for everybody, so that's kind of cool. And I'll get into how you get them to me in just a minute. So there's the left-hand side, the rest of the menu settings. The rest of this is actually the Scratch programming language, or the block coding interface, if you want to call it that, whatever you want to call it. So in the middle here, there's all these colored circles and all these purple bars or blocks. They're kind of like Legos. I will refer to them as Legos frequently. This space with the dots and the blocks is called the toolbox. And the toolbox has color-coded groups of blocks and Legos. You can create certain blocks if you need to, if you get into that large of a program or piece of coding. And I'm not going to get into that today. That's beyond the kind of introduction to the platform, and to be able to share and say, hey, here's how it's going to work, here's what's going to happen. So I'm just going to stick with the basics and say that here is all of the things that happen with the toolbox. You can grab these blocks, and if you bring them over here to this grid, you will start being able to snap them together into a set of instructions. So you see this block here, this yellow block. If I zoom in very, very closely, it says when the MBot Ranger starts up, and that's an instruction. That's a step. So we're calling them instructions, but sometimes it's a step in the set of instructions. So each block refers to a part of a command that you might issue to a soldier, or in this case, if you were talking to a robot, or you are have a controller, and on the other end of the controller is, I don't know, Sonic the Hedgehog, Steve from Minecraft, Snake Plissken from Metal Gear, whoever you're controlling, is going to be following your instructions, whether you're pressing a controller left or right, whether you're telling him, do other stuff. These are the blocks that make up your instructions, and you can drag them together and snap them into this set that will end up telling your robot how to accomplish things, how to solve a problem, complete a task, whatever the case may be. So you can, I'm going to shrink this down a little bit now that we don't need to be, all up in our grill with it. You can drag this away and toss it back in the toolbox, which basically throws it away. Just like, you grab a screwdriver, a toolbox, you throw it back in there, it's out of sight, out of mind, it's gone. It's the same thing here. You can toss those back in the toolbox, and you can go back and get them when you're done. There are a few other things here that you will probably never use in Battle of the Bots that we participate in here on Twitch. There's maybe some occasions where you'll have hardware you want to do something with, so you can switch if you like to. You can code your robot by hand if you know Arduino C. We're not going to do it. It's very time consuming, and I'm not a fan of doing that while people are watching, because it gets very boring. When people are hanging over my shoulder watching me code, everybody, like, let me go get a coffee. I'll come back in a half hour when you finish this line. So it's cool. But I'm going to snap together a couple lines here, and just to give an example, there's also this tab right here on the side, on the right-hand side. You can pull aside, and you can see the code that your blocks make. So this is the code from these blocks right here. When the Ranger starts up, repeat 10 times, move backward at 50% power for 1 second. Those are the instructions. That's what you're telling your robot to do. Here's all the instructions. You can see move, delay, random speed. There are words in here that probably imply that things are going to happen. And if I were to drag these away and go back and look, now we have much less code. This is just the basic code of starting the robot. So you can, if you're curious about what your commands mean while you're playing with this platform, you can actually pull the tab aside, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, when the actual wizard was in the Empire City, and he's got that big the big scary wizard, and everybody wants to know what's behind the green curtain. This is it. It's not a little guy pulling levers and things. This is the code behind the green curtain that actually does all the work. So you can pull the green curtain away and see what's happening behind the scenes, what your blocks actually make. And that's my favorite part of this, because I don't always remember every programming language. In a 1 month period, I'll program in Python, Arduino C, HTML, JavaScript. There's a handful of code that I use, and I don't always remember all of them. So sometimes it's helpful to be able to drop the blocks in here and then check in on this code, because some code you have to end every line with a semicolon like this. Some code you don't. There's a lot of different things that happen. So I appreciate it, but that's kind of like a distraction. So we can now understand how this platform works, and what we're going to be doing in Battle of the Bots is, veterans, your family is welcome to join you. You show up with us. You're going to play with us. You're going to play with not just us, but other veterans. You're going to be able to spend an afternoon having some fun and doing some things that maybe we did, but doing them in a new way. So it's cool. And just to give a quick sense, because I'm talking super fast, and because I'm super fired up. I'm very excited about this. But your example code, my example code for a Battle of the Bots event, like the one in 9 days we're going to do, is going to look something like this. You're going to you're going to tell your robot to forever, be listening for some commands. Like if I hear this or if I hear that, I'm going to do this or that. So it may look like this. It may look like forever this robot is going to be following a line sensor on a robot, which is right here. This is the line sensor. And it's underneath the robot, so it will sense a line, a white or black line, and that is what we're going to be using actually in 10 days. That'll be part of the basis for the Battle of the Bots. The first Battle of the Bots will be a sumo battle, and you will be listening to see if there's a line sensor, if your robot is on a line sensor. So if your line sensor detects all black under it, then you're going to do something. You're maybe going to move forward. So this right here, if I read this out loud, when your tank starts up, it's going to keep going through this loop forever, where it listens and it says, if the line sensor detects an all black, it's going to move forward at 50% power. And because it's a sumo battle, if it comes off the line, we're gonna make it stop right there, and we're gonna make the lights. We're gonna make it light up. We're gonna make it light up with a color. Actually, we'll do this. We'll make it light up with a color for one second to flash, and then it'll turn off. So at some point in time, your robot will get knocked off of his or her black line, because there will be another robot on your line, and you will have to figure this out. But this is just the super basic example, and you can stop this script, stop other scripts in this sprite, but we're gonna go with stop all because this is the only script right here. And you can add other things in here. For example, I'm not going to get into more of this, but you can use a ultrasonic sensor, which is also on the front of the robot. So if your ultrasonic sensor detects an object so close, then it can do something to try to stay on the black line. And that is where I'm going to stop here, because I can't give away all the answers, and I don't want to make it so that everybody has this advanced level off the bat. I want there to be some kind of problem solving, some kind of I want to build some resilience, I guess is the right word. Ooh, I see more comments. Ooh, okay, fair. I had the window blocked. I'm going to stop looking at the windows though. So on to the part where here I'm portraying another veteran coding this block of code, this instructions for your robot. But then, if you happen to be doing this at home, and I have this robot here, how are you getting your code into this robot? And that is the cool part, because you're going to be connected through a work group. We're going to use a Slack, or I'm sorry, not a Slack, Zoom. We use Slack frequently, but you'll be in a Zoom meeting where you can share your file with me. So you would go to File up here. Remember, I said this is kind of like Word or PowerPoint or any other program you use, and you can download your file. You can click this button here that says Save to your computer, and watch when I do this. Save to your computer downloads my file right here. Then you can transfer that file to me through the platform we're using. And once I get that, I will take over with all of the technical stuff of plugging this thing into a USB port, which is right here, and I will get your file, and I will open from my computer, which from on my end is open from my computer or your computer, and I will connect your file to this robot, and we will have a match once both teams have their robots ready. Then we'll go with round 1 of Battle of the Bots, and we will keep doing this until we run out of time. So I'm trying to slow down my talking because I realized I'm going fast and I'm trying not to be super excited. But the basics here, now that we're kind of wrapping up the brief introduction to the program, is I'm going to have a bunch of these robots. Okay, not a bunch, but a handful. These robots can be coded remotely over Twitch, over somewhere, over the internet. I'm going to stop saying Twitch. But you can get the code to me in real time, right in person, just like you text in a chat window, just like I'm reading chat right now. You can also transfer files. So you will transfer that file to me once you click Save to Computer, and I will open it on my end, put it in this robot, and just like any other Battle of the Bots you see on the Discovery Channel or on YouTube or any of those other things, you'll be part of a challenge, a sumo match. I'm not going to call everyone a match because sometimes it'll be something different. I can set up mazes and things, obstacles, all kinds of cool stuff, and you'll be able to do this with veterans as a team or against veterans on your own or in groups. We'll be arranging a variety of challenges through the breaks between Battle of the Bots events on Twitch. We will be sharing workshops with our design team, because behind the scenes we actually have a design team that works on this entire program, because this is a good way for us to reach out and connect to veterans, like I mentioned earlier. And it's technical. There are technical hurdles that we have overcome to bring this online, but it also takes people to make this happen. So there's a design team that's actually designed a robot. Here's the prototype. Stuff like that. It's cool, fun stuff. But they are just as excited as I am to be doing this online and share in the experience, to share some of the knowledge, to share some of the things they've learned, because they have more contact time and more hands-on experience with these robots. So we're all very excited to be sharing, to be bringing this, and behind the scenes, the design team is very, very happy to have this experience. Yep, and that's comments from the chat. So I'm just agreeing. But I'm gonna switch back here just for a minute, because I'm kind of done with the overview, the introduction, the here's the platform, the program. What I want to do very, very, very quickly is grab a new tab. I'm gonna go to our website, and there you go. So here I'm gonna shrink this down right there. If you have questions, our website is weliftandshift.org, just like all of our social handles, everything else. You can Google the Lift and Shift Foundation. I think we're the only one. It'll probably show up sometime in there. You can click Join Us. You can go to Resources. You can go to, this month at the Lift and Shift Foundation. You can go in there and find out what's happening this month. You can sign up for things right there. In fact, you can see, I will play this very quickly. This was the original sumo battle. From the first sumo battle we had this year in person through quarantine here in New York City. It was very small scale with only 6 people. So I'm going to quickly play this, and hopefully everyone appreciates what's about to happen. Let's see. Can I play that full screen? No. We'll just watch it. I'm going to fast forward. So, fast forward. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to stop with the analysis part of it. I'm just going to briefly say that was one match from something we did in person. You can go find out more about it. You can go look for this stuff. It's there. You can get more involved. And this is the kind of thing that's going to happen starting 9 days from now online. You'll be able to participate. And once again, our website is weliftandshift.org. Right there, you can Google it. I think we're the only foundation. If you have veteran friends that are doing it, ask them. They'll be happy to connect you. I know I will. And yeah, so I'm going to shift back to the other view. Hi, how you doing? Poof. And I'm going to get rid of this goofy browser overview and just say I've been here for a half hour and thank you. Join, sign up, whatever. I'll usually send a monthly email. Sometimes it comes, most of the time, like 99% of the time it comes from me. So yeah, this is gonna be fun, and I'm gonna refrain from the excitement and just sign out because I have a habit of drawing this out for an extended period of time. Thank you. Thank you.